Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the canyon. Welcome back to this installment of Wheelin Wednesday. It is a Wednesday, and we're going to do our best. You know, the wheels have chosen something apparently completely at random. They were like, you know what? Slot 6. And just to this side of the sign, that's slot 2. Right down here's 1. So 1, 2. Then we got 3. That big slab side is 4. The tough one on the other side is 5. I'm not 100% sure which one is 6. I built it. I don't know. Is it this one? Is it the one that's just up out of frame over there? The fire apparently works. If you'll recall back to the last hot. And we're going to have another hot Wheelin Wednesday. The forecast is 109. And the general rule here is the temperature is taken in the library basement. So whatever the weather says, add 5. We have that, again, that looming potential of it being the hottest day of the year. It is about 7:30 in the morning, and it is 81 degrees. The sun has not even begun to fight. We'll see what we can do. I have, I'm sure they will pop up in frame in the corners of the frames. I have 2 full green waste cans to fill because yesterday was maintenance morning. I trimmed trees. I moved this amount of rocks, which was like 6 full trailers on the Husqvarna for future, stuff. This pile got a little bit taller. It was really nice yesterday at about 7 a.m. And I have the strong and sneaking suspicion that is not going to continue. Oh, yeah, let's not bury it. If you saw the photo on Instagram, which I forgot to double post on the community board, you can maybe see. You can maybe see right there. Can we see right there? Yeah, there's that little red. So Rusty has indeed gotten his axles. He is on the Vanquished axles now. And this is the first, you're here for it. We just drove back from the shop. This is the first time it has been wheeled outside. Like, I drove it around in circles. There's a clear spot between my bench, the compressor, and the table saw that I can kind of loop rigs around to make sure it's not like clatter, to make sure everything's okay. So Rusty got that treatment, and this is the first time he's been wheeled outside. We're a little far back to see what's going on. So we do need to see, was the source of Rusty's power some unquantifiable intangible, or is he just a cool dude? I will, you know what, when we can see it from the front, I will talk a bit more about what went into exchanging AR-45 straights for, what are these, F10s? F10s. So as one would immediately expect, none of the link mount positions are even remotely in the same locations. None of the links themselves are the same length. Most notably, the front upper had to be shortened significantly on the F10 versus the AR-45. Of course, new drag link, new panhard, and I did not bother to disassemble the other ones because, as we had discussed in the comments and a poll, if we're gonna just, I need to check to see something. Yeah, that's low. It honestly, here's a weird one. The guts inside these F10s, it is so hot in the sun. The guts in these F10s, this could also be 6 as well. We're gonna go through that. We'll go through this one up here too, and then we'll just take him out for a little shake around because I kind of want to get an idea. Did something noticeable change? He feels a little bit faster, which is insane because the AR-44, AR-45, and the F10, they all use the same size ring and pinion. That's all SCX-10-2 stuff inside those axles. So he should not feel faster at all. He should feel exactly the same. But he feels maybe not faster, but maybe snappier, which again, makes no sense. We appear to have conserved the rusty DNA. Someone in the comments did request more scratches on the Instagram post. They said the axles needed some scratches. They're going to get them today. Like, I feel like I have more wheel speed, and I don't see how that's possible. I took one set of axles off. I put another set of axles on. Rusty is a mystery. And I am now thinking about, like, how do I approach this entry to what could potentially be 6. Slider, hook the slider. Okay, so there's more steer angle on this. F10 is right? Why am I'm doubting it's so hard? Like, in my brain is like, no, F10 is right. And then my mouth is like, but is F10 right though? Yeah, these F10s have more steering angle than the AR45s. Or just more steering capability. But the angle looks the same. I did reset endpoints. Now, I can see what the camera can see. I'm standing directly behind it, so I'm driving by sound. There we go. So if one of these was 6, we did it. How's that descent? All right, now the question is, speed check now or speed check after we hit some lines? We'll hit some lines. We'll hit some lines, then we'll speed check. I don't think I can go lower. Honestly, I'm starting to get to the notion, and all of the cheaper options on Amazon seem to be perpetually out of stock. I think he needs underdrive, ring and pinion, front and rear, because first gear is about the speed you would want in a single speed, like for full, like if you don't have the ability to shift. So for a 2-speed, he's a little lickety quick. I can still get down pretty low. Yeah, Rusty continues to do what Rusty do. Oh, also, while we're transferring over here, is this 6 over here? Maybe in my brain I thought this was 6, which would make more sense. This is like a proper slot. This is the tougher entry in my estimation. Yeah, that low speed creep is real nice. Bounty hunters possess within them some sort of magical power. And I know I've thrown it around before. I've talked about how, this tire on a single stage is the best, or this does this, or this single stage is the best. I forget things. There are things that get neglected just because, teacher, I need to be excused because my brain is full. I can't remember all of them. Because the Bounty Hunter is this wispy little LT looking 393, which looks super scale on this body. It does not need, of all the tires out there, let me lay it down, so if I say it down, hopefully I can remember it in the future. The Bounty Hunter is the one tire that I have tested that I genuinely and truly don't believe it could be improved by putting a different foam in it. It's not just that the foam is good for the tire, like the foam tire interface. It's that I genuinely don't think you can do better, because single stage is maximum forward drive, and the sidewalls are so short, and the tire itself is so short, you have no worry about the tire folding over. Little pinstriping. Need to get a little better positioning here. Sometimes when you get into that little hole down there, it's not so good. We're pretty well sideways. what, it's gotten to the point where I don't think Rusty has an X factor per se. I think Rusty is an X factor. Directly under the bridge there. Oi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I looked down because something touched my ankle. It's a blade of grass, but it was very like, huh, like, you know, just for a second. Hopefully I won't eat a gnat today. Rusty's got things figured out. Right where Rusty is passing right now is a massive spider web 3 times his size. So reasonably sized. Now the question is, at this juncture, at this point in the shenaniganery, am I noticing the Vanquished axle? I am, but for the right reason. Rusty is a man with no added. Oh, also, we have given up desert lizards on this rig. Not giving them up as a concept. He is running the shocks directly off of Diablo. No changes. Nothing. Took the softer springs and put them in the front. Put the firmer spring ones in the rear. They're running the Hot Racing Mini T springs, so they are black front, silver rear, or vice versa. No changes made. No oil change, no nothing, and they seem okay. Because when I drove it around on the floor, I don't understand. Again, shock mounting position is no different. Like, they mount in the same spots. I didn't have to change the rod ends. I didn't have to change anything. It seemed over damped before. So I just grabbed these shocks out of a bin, as Diablo had just gotten Dravtex. And as I was halfway through saying, he is a man of no added weight. It doesn't look like the rear is over collapsing. It looks like I'm torque popping. I'm getting that passenger rear into a point where it's just pivoting us over backwards. This is a tough line as it is, and I'm not looking at it from the right side, figuratively and literally. He feels, it has to be the smaller tires. He feels much longer than he is. He acts very long, and that's good because longer is more stable in maneuvers like this. He is still a self-riding master. Let's drive out of frame. It does feel a little spicy in first gear. Let's come around here. See how we do here. I mean, I was looking through the fleet for one reason or another, probably trying to figure something out, and I've already forgotten what that thing was. And noticed that there are many rigs in the fleet that have like very little in the way of aftermarket materials put under them, but knuckle weights are nearly ubiquitous. They're almost everywhere, and I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling it out at this point. Rusty has always gotten as far as he has. He genuinely, and this is crazy to me, he feels more capable now, and that doesn't seem right. But now, like that pivot, we did lower the damping a little bit. I don't know why this line near the bridge has proven to be so difficult. I'm still getting into those webs. I should have torched. But okay, we've been out here 15 minutes-ish. According to my watch, And my watch is conservative in its estimates. The temperature has risen 3 degrees in 15 minutes. It's not quite an oven, but boy, is it close. I just I can't tell if we're hanging belly or I'm just not getting the right approach. There is another option. No, yes, there is another option. Zoidberg is running a 760 kV, and he got that one kind of on as an experiment. I bought the 760 kV for Zoidberg because at the time I think it was like $20, under $20. It was really cheap. There is the opportunity to just motor swipperoo, swiper be swiping. Put the 900 back in Zoidberg, get Zoidberg a little bit more wheel speed back. Put the 760 in him because this is 900. I mean, and I'm pretty sure I have throttle curve dialed in. He is really stable. Like, and yeah, I realize his height is very low, which means his clearance is also has to be the lowest in the fleet. And like I said, I have lamented my ability to drive Class 1. And he has the smallest tires in the fleet. But doesn't seem to get as hung up as others. That turn angle, the turn angle on this guy. I had this divine inspiration where I was like, we're just gonna drive we're just gonna drive places that aren't frequented. Like we're gonna hit the more unusual spots. I note, okay, so Leviathan is big. It got a whole video. It's also in the shade right now. I think we're gonna drive over there. The sun is just savage. Like it feels like it's burning me. Rusty is just a wonderfully point and shoot guy. Is it TRX for skid? Like what is it? Now, okay. This is becoming a trend. Are you coming over here to rub your head on my feet? Yes. Good morning, Jage. She ate 25 minutes ago. Oh yeah, I can see. There's definitely some white showing up on the bottom of that front pumpkin there. Like you just aim him where you want to go. This is chopped up. It just goes. There are so many lines. Let's say there are so many lines here. I forget them all routinely. Not all of them. I forget a lot of them. So he's doing the reverse right here, and we'll bring it up and around. We'll only be out of frame for a moment. Oh, why would... Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're about there, right? So we're right about here. Rusty powers activate. I wanted to swing up onto this right here. So I sat down here. If you start your turn too early, he will literally turn too sharp. Oh, now I look like an ox. All right, we're doing it again. Like I had this tire hooked up under here, right about here. It's like he's got dig. Think it was, what in his biological, what in his electromechanical makeup enables a turn that sharp? So yeah, oh, look at that. Drooping. Check out my flex, bro. He's definitely the whole exceeding the sum of the parts. Man, Rusty's great. And it is one of those things where it just has to be a collaboration of pieces. No individual piece here is a remarkable thing. Completely out of frame that whole time, really? No one should sweat this much this early in the morning. Now let's see if we can up the notch here. He feels a little long right now. I think I need to get all the way up. There we go. Maybe. Perfectly between the rusty wheelbase. Yeah, that first gear is so zappy. I don't think it's that much effort to swap those motors. Oh man. The belly, I don't feel the diffs at all. I don't feel the axles are invisible. He's usually, it's break over, like I'm skidding the belly a little bit. Oh, I see the tips of those RC four-wheel drive sliders just buried. Get more over to one side. There you go. It's so, I don't want to just jump out and say rewarding, but when you point, let's see if we can do it the other way. When you point him the direction that you want to go, he just does it. So good all the time. So we will, of course, then naturally put him into a situation where I can either prove myself wrong or he can prove me right, which is this little transition right here. This is rough stuff. I need to hop this edge right here. I don't know. Is Rusty the self-riding master? Oh, ooh. Like those fleeting moments when I think, well, we've really well and truly done it now, haven't we? Yeah. There are rigs with tires an inch taller than this that just don't handle it as well. He is fazed by nothing. It is tremendously rewarding. It really is. That it has to be tire height, right? It's purely tire height. The responsiveness to the steering, how quick he turns in and how hard he can hold that turn. I find myself cutting back on the steering with him more than anyone else. I might go so far as to say, I'm not 100% sure, but I might go so far as to say stack rotor protection is still on this Rhino. Because I saw some moments where we were getting a little, so it's all feeling pretty good. Pretty good. My tendency, I don't know. It's a two-parter. Half of that being I give it too many beans, and the other half being no, it's all me. It's all me. Because if, like, here's the slow creep. That's a sustainable slow creep right there. That's not worthy of complaining about. I think I'm just a little too heavy on the trigger. The bean dispenser is calibrated high. It's a little narrow notch here. He's a little nose lifty which I don't. I'm just gonna we're gonna be in our way. I don't know what I'm stuck on now. So, I mean, I guess that would be the question. To knuckle weight or not to knuckle weight. Do knuckle weights pollute the purity of Rusty as a guy? I mean, does he even need them, right? Because it's definitely stuff at the extreme where you start to notice it. Yee-hee. His steering is so crisp. Someone is not being polite right now. Ma'am, thank you. A part of me is still like, we do need to try the 760. I will look at, you know what I'll do? I will look at Zoidberg and I will see how tough is it. I know is he on the belt drive? If he's been swapped off of the belt drive, because I think that belt drive unit is on Vanquished now. Stuff moves around. If he's on conventional gearing, that's a lot easier to poke around in than a belt drive. When you get that belt tension set just right, you're like, don't touch it. Don't touch it anymore. Rusty. All right. I don't think the side hill is going to be any different than it always is. But what are we here for if not for this? Yeah, Judge. Hello. All right. Here he comes. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, like you. She's being a proper butt today. I expect no differential in performance here over how he ordinarily does, but. I have not been doing well on the big side hill lately. I'm trying to think. When is the last time? Okay, lower. There we go. I'm trying to think, when is the last time somebody just shot this straight across first try? I think I've been rolling everybody out. Because, again, too many beans. Same thing. I just jerk the wheel. That forward drive, though. And I mean, honestly, what it comes down to is the Bounty Hunter is a tire that I'm afraid of messing with it. It has proven to be so good across the board that if this amount of side hill, and right in there, right in that little wallow out right there, it's got to be 65% degrees. What is it? Oh, it's a little like, it's just a guy. Oh, it's just a guy. All right. Okay, all right. So am I entering too high or too low? Now it's really feeling like knuckle weights to me. Oh my mercy. Man, does he self-right. Yeah, I don't know. Heat, overnight power outage. I was out here just walking around on the course at like 2 o'clock in the morning because if you're familiar at all with power outages in the desert, when the air, it just, like right now, like nothing. It is, as they call it, dead calm. The leaves just hang. So this is as cool as it's going to be today. It's up to 84. And last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, it was about 84, 85 degrees. And the air just not moving, and I couldn't sleep. So I'm on about 3.5 hours right now, about 3.5 hours of sleep. I'm still in the punchy phase, like at some point this afternoon, and I've got, you see this haystack over here. I think I counted 13 piles about that size that need to be raked up. So I think that's why I'm just running off at the mouth even longer than usual, because I don't want to rake. Yeah, suddenly we're over squishing. But I think it's me. I think it's one of those instances where don't mess with it, at least not yet. At least not yet. We'll end by beginning a little bit tight. So we'll get right here and then we'll go, hey. Like, that is a circle. Moving slower. Do we get tighter? Yeah, we get a little tighter. That is a small circle. And then, you know, obviously. So, as I had mentioned about first gear, so this is low. It's about the speed you would want out of a single speed, maybe a little high. It's pretty brisk. And then you've got the magic button. Oh, you couldn't even hear it. Why does he feel faster? Yeah, buddy. Like a TRX4 gearbox on straight axles is, it's so great, but it's also so dumb. That is a 900 kV outrunner in there. And, I mean, I wonder if you know how they drift in Tokyo. Yes, this is technically power sliding. I don't care. Rusty ain't care. I have officially concluded. We have arrived at the conclusory phase. I just made up a word. We have concluded that we should wrap this. I should rake this because I gotta take the trash cans out. So, you know, things in order. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for popping in. We thank you for dropping by the canyon for, you know, shenanigans. Everybody loves a Wheelin' Wednesday where we just ramble. Well, what am I talking about? That's every video is just ramble. That's how we run. She's right over here. She hasn't gotten past about 8 feet away from me. Oh my goodness. I just happened to look down. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know if it'll focus. There we are. That was a small one. The skeeters are really all over me, and that's a strong indication to stop goofing around. Because if you're raking, you're moving, and I haven't started to crash yet. So it's nice to see you here midweek. I hope your week is going well. We're coming up on that holiday weekend. I like to throw a little temporality in there. I hope you tune in to see whatever we got coming up next. I hope that you do your best to have a good one, everybody, as we say. Am I winding down already? I could be winding down already. Don't forget, likes and subscriptions are absolutely free. Those cost you nothing except a click. Check out the affiliate links. Consider channel membership. It helps the channel build more rigs and be more stupid. And if not funding stupidity, what are we doing? So, I and the Jade, and whatever rig comes with us next time, we'll see you in the next one. We hope to see you again soon. Boy, I ran out of gas real fast on this one. Power me out, Rusty. Rusty. Oh, yeah.